guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, today we're going to be doing how I shop online, basically how I find exactly what it is I'm looking for. You guys always ask me when I have on items that match each other perfectly, how I find these items, and literally 99.9% of my shopping is done online. So I don't actually get to see these pieces in person, but I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of tips and tricks on how I'm able to find exactly what it is I'm looking for online. But before we get into today's video, you guys know, okay, one of the biggest things that I'm always shopping for is accessories. And one of the accessories that I just don't have to worry about anymore is my JW watches. They're like my go-to one-stop shop for timepieces. But I'm currently rocking the mink, and I have not taken this off ever since I showed you guys the last time. I absolutely love this watch. It has 12 genuine diamonds, and it has like the right amount of bling to it. It is lined around the rim, and the face of it is very unique, very different from all of my JVW timepieces, and I just can't stop wearing it. I just can't. I get so many compliments when I wear this. I actually wore this on Valentine's Day, and I got so many compliments. Like, it just, the restaurant was like a real dark, nice, you know, sexy grown vibe, and my watch was just shining all through the restaurant, and I got so many compliments on it. So this I absolutely love. I cannot stop wearing it. So if you're on the hunt for a new timepiece and you just want to spice up your game a little bit, spring is right around the corner. It's time to start shopping for spring accessories, spring clothes, all that. I would definitely check out JBW. I would also get the mink, okay? That's just my recommendation, but you guys know I love my Crystal 28 as well, which I have right here in front of me. But I love this so much. Of course, you guys are gonna get a close-up. I know you guys want to see her because she's absolutely gorgeous. I actually posted a photo yesterday. I don't know when you guys are gonna be seeing this video, but I posted a selfie, you know, a mirror selfie, and I had this watch on in that photo, and I got so many questions about it. You guys already know, JVW. So as you guys may know, or if you don't, this is going to be the home of your watch when it's not in use, and I love to keep my watches in here at all times if I'm not wearing it, because I want to keep them nice and safe, scratch-free, protected, whatever. But I have all of them lined up in their boxes, looking all nice on my dresser. As you guys can see, my aesthetic is just black, white, cream, and it just goes with the vibe perfectly. So I absolutely love the way that this looks in relation to my collection of jewelry and how it just looks really nice, and it fits right in perfectly. So if you want to get your hands on a JVW timepiece, I recommend the mink, but I absolutely love the Crystal 28. I already know, silver, gold. If you want a lot of bling, if you want a little bit of bling, if you don't want no bling, they have so many different options for whatever it is that you're looking for. So if you want to save some coin, okay, on your JVW timepiece, use my coupon code here on the screen, and I will also have it down below as well as the link to purchase. And definitely be sure to check them out because you will not regret it. I promise you, you won't regret it. So that being said, we're gonna get right into the video. So like I said, in today's video, we're going to be talking all about how I shop online. So the first portion of this video is going to be me talking about all of the tips and tricks that I've accumulated over the years on shopping online and how I'm able to find what I'm looking for, size, all that jazz. And then the second portion of the video is just going to be me giving you guys some of my favorite places to shop online based on whatever it is I'm looking for. So if it's heels, because I get so many questions about where I get my heels from, I'm going to put heels, and then I'm going to put all the stores or all the online shops that I use to buy my heels, sneakers, clothing, all that. So you guys can just screenshot it, and then you'll have all the places that I like to shop. Of course, I may not add every little place, but for the most part, I'm gonna add the more affordable places. And if you guys do want a more luxury or high-end, because you guys know I'm not really big on it, I don't really feel the need to spend too much money on a piece of clothing or a pair of shoes, but I will every once in a while. So if you guys want luxury places, then definitely let me know. But these are going to be more on the affordable side. Some of them are a little bit more expensive, but they're not like crazy expensive, you know? So as per usual, I have my iPad right here so I can just follow the guideline, have it all nice and organized so that I don't forget anything. So the very first thing is Google. Every time I'm looking for something, I use Google. I don't know what web browser or search browser or whatever you guys use, but I specifically use Google. So I'm only speaking on Google when I'm talking about this video because I don't use anything else. But when it comes to shopping online, like I said, 99.9% of the shopping that I do, all the stuff you guys see, I've purchased online. I do not go to the mall. I do not go to like the standalone stores. I don't go to outlets. I just don't have time. I feel like a lot of people don't really do that anymore, especially with the times changing. Not a lot of people are going out to find anything, and for me personally, I never find anything when I'm out. So I just shop online. I've been shopping online for, I don't even know, my whole entire adulthood. Majority of my clothing has come from online. When I was younger, of course, I would go to the mall and do all that stuff, but I'm kind of over that. And if I do need to find something last minute, I will go to the mall, but usually I don't find anything, so I just don't wait till the last minute. So the second thing right after you go to Google is, what is it that you're looking for? So you kind of have to have an idea of what you're looking for. These days I've been way more intentional with my shopping. I don't want to get anything that I know for a fact that I don't have anything to wear with, and I'm kind of tired of doing that anyway, because you just end up with a bunch of stuff that you don't wear and it's a waste of money. So once you're on Google and you know exactly what it is that you're looking for, the three things that I use to find what it is I'm looking for are the color, the type of item, and the fabric. So sometimes for me, I know exactly what look I'm going for when it comes to a specific piece that I'm trying to style. So if I want something to add a little bit of texture, that is where the fabric is going to come in. If you know what color it is that you want to wear with that specific piece, then of course the color. And then if you're looking for a specific type of item, whether that's a top, a bottom, a bag, a pair of jeans, shoes, whatever that is, that's where that's going to come in. So for example, for the search, if you're looking for a black satin skirt, you're going to put a black satin skirt. If you want a specific length, you can also go ahead and add like maxi or midi or mini, depending on what it is you're looking for. So you could put in black maxi satin skirt, for example. It seems very simple, but I don't think a lot of people realize they don't really maximize their search when they go on the internet. They don't really maximize Google. You can find whatever it is you're looking for, I promise you, on Google if you just search. But you want to be very specific with what you put in, because it's going to narrow down your search results once they pop up. So you're not just kind of looking through basically the entire internet to find this one piece. So something that I also like to do once I actually type in specifically what I'm looking for and I hit search, I go to the shopping tab. And that is just going to show you, it's really going to narrow down the options. So sometimes I do say that it's not necessarily my go-to thing, because sometimes when you go to images, you can also find pieces through the image, if that makes sense. So when you go to shopping, it's really narrowing it down, which is okay, but sometimes I'm not able to really find what I'm looking for. So I'll go to images and I'll see an image of a black satin midi skirt or something, and I'm like, that's perfect. I'll click the image and it'll literally be linked to a website where you can go and purchase it. So really, you can either go to shopping or images. If you're not finding exactly what you're looking for in shopping, then I would just go to images and see if you can find something there. But that's going to help you narrow it down. And then there's also filters that you can add, price range, just whatever it is that you want to filter it down so that it can narrow down the results even more. Definitely use those. So once you find something that you like and you're on the website, and it's not a website that you're really familiar with, some of the things that I really look for when I'm trying to figure out if a website is legitimate or not is the lock, HTTPS, at the top in the search bar. I always make sure that it is secure, because sometimes it could be a little, a little scammy, it could be a little janky, so you don't want to get scammed and buy something and you never receive it. So just make sure that the website is secure. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ways to know. I also like to go on the social media of the website to see if it's kind of legit, if they have like customer reviews, if people have like reposted outfits in their clothing and they've reposted it on their page. Like, you could do stuff like that to kind of fish out if it's legit or not. We all know what I ordered versus what I got. That happens way too often for a lot of us. So a lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of stray away from overseas websites, because I just don't really know what I'm getting myself into. And I don't know, I don't want to take that risk. And I kind of already know the places that I love to shop, so I just kind of avoid that. But if you do want to shop on these websites, because sometimes they are way more affordable, they just take a lot longer, i.e. like AliExpress. But yeah, I would just look for reviews, go to their social medias, make sure it is secure so that your information isn't getting stolen or anything like that, and you should be good. So once you're on the website, you're pretty much going to do the same thing that you would when you were in Google and you filter down everything. Use the filters. If you're looking for something very specific, use the filters. Color, if you want a specific size, if you want a specific type of item, definitely narrow it down, okay? Price, everything, narrow it down to what you're looking for so you can really see what you got to work with, because it's nothing more that I hate than to search through a website looking for all this stuff without adding filters, find something that's perfect, I click it and they don't have my size. Like, it's just heartbreaking. I don't even want to see it. If you ain't got my size, I don't want to see it, period. So in general, I feel like this is something that everyone should just know. your measurements. Okay, so when it comes to shopping online, obviously you're not able to try these pieces on physically. And a lot of the times it is a hit or miss. You kind of gotta, trial and error. At this point, I've been shopping online for so long with the same places that I kind of already know what to expect, especially when it comes to the sizing on the website and then also the materials and all of that. So with that, you want to know your measurements, your bust, your waist, and your hips. Your weight could work, but a lot of the times the charts don't really go by weight. It's just your bust, your waist, and your hips. And sometimes some of them also have height. So just know your measurements. Have your measurements saved in your phone, in your notes, and you can just refer to those every time you're shopping online, or if you remember them off the top of your head, whatever. So once you have your measurements and everything ready to go, and you have an item that you have your eye on, and you are kind of torn between the size, always check the size chart so you can compare your measurements to the size chart. And I always say if you are in between sizes, to size up, because all you have to do is go get it tailored if you really need to. If you have something that's too small, then you'll probably have to return it, which is a little bit more of a hassle, I feel like, than to go get something tailored, because now you have to return it, and if you really like the item, you gotta buy it again and wait for it to get to you. So I recommend just going with the bigger size if you're in between, and then just getting it taken in if you need to. Also, when it comes to sizes, a lot of the websites that I like to shop on, for example, do have the model's measurements and the size that the model is wearing. You guys know, specifically Shein, they literally have all the measurements of the model in the description. And that's why I always say when I do Shein hauls to check the description, because they literally have the model's height, the bust, the hips, and the waist. And you can compare your size to theirs, so you can kind of gauge what size to get. So a lot of websites do that. Some of them don't go into much detail, which is sometimes kind of annoying. Some of them only have like the person's height and then what size they have on. It's just like, okay. And also another thing that could help with sizing or just shopping online in general is reading the reviews, okay? I used to be someone who was like, oh, well, I don't really need to read the reviews. If I like the item, I'm just gonna get it. If I don't like it, I'll return it, no big deal. But sometimes, you just don't wanna go through the hassle of even being so excited about something and then getting it and being disappointed when you could have just read the reviews and saw that people was like, this thing sucks, So I recommend reading the reviews. Just scroll down. ASOS, Fashion Nova, Shein, for example, you can literally scroll all the way to the bottom where the item is, and you can see the reviews for that specific item. I just check for what people are saying about the quality of the item, how the item fits, if it fits true to size, if it fits too big or oversized. Just little things like that to kind of help me gauge what size to get. And if I keep seeing a recurring theme, then I'm going to kind of listen to that and be like, okay, well, if they're saying it runs small to size up, I'm gonna size up. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, something that I like to know or check before, especially if it's a website I've never shopped on before, I need to know your return policy. I need to know how this works, because some of these return policies are out of pocket, okay? So for me, I personally try to stay away from places that don't even do returns, because that makes me a little, my feet, I get cold feet, okay? And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to commit to this, because I don't know what I'm getting myself into, especially if I haven't shopped there before. Thankfully, most of the places that I like to shop have pretty decent return policies. They're either free, completely free, where the company will send you a prepaid shipping label, or you kind of have to pay, a little bit of money for a shipping label. Usually it's about $5, which isn't terrible, but whatever. And then sometimes they'll deduct the price of the label from your return, whatever it is you're returning, which is also not that bad either, but yeah. So some places just have different policies, and like I said, for me personally, I like to stay away from places that have like no returns whatsoever, because it just makes me a little nervous, okay? But you can do whatever you want, but I do think that it is important to know what the return policy is on your website, because you don't want to end up with something that you paid like $500 for and you can't even return it, So definitely check the return policy. I recommend it. So once you're to the point where you're ready to buy this item and you're ready to check out, you've done all the stuff you needed to do, you've compared your size, you've read the reviews, you've seen the return policy, and you feel comfortable going on with this purchase. The next thing I do is, before I even check out, is I look for coupon codes. Yes, because the girls always looking for a deal. They do have like add-ons or widgets. I can't think of the name specifically, but you can just add it to your web browser and it'll shuffle through like coupons that are on the web, and it will apply that coupon code to your checkout. I don't have one, but I've heard of that. But I'm gonna do a little bit more research to see specifically what places do that, and I'll just add them in the description box. So while I was editing this video, I ended up Googling a web browser extension for like coupon codes, and I found something called Honey. So I downloaded that, and this video is not sponsored. I literally just found that, and I've heard a lot of great things about that actually. So I recommend downloading the extension Honey. I added mine to Google Chrome, but I'm pretty sure you can add it to whatever web browser you have. But you can do that, or for me, I like to look on Retail Me Not, and usually they have something that's going to work. And if they don't, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it is what it is. If I really need this item, I'm not too pressed on having a coupon code, but it is nice to have one. So I always check Retail Me Not, or just Google in general the specific place that you're looking for, and then coupon code. Or if you have a influencer that has a coupon code that you can use, definitely do that as well. I have some coupon codes. I don't ever receive anything from them. It's just for you guys to save some money. So if I do have some coupon codes, which I do actually, from the places that I like to shop, I will just have a list down below. I'll just put coupon codes, the place, and then my coupon code next to it, and you guys can save some money, you know, if you want to shop at any of these places that I have in the video. So last but certainly not least, one of the things that I like to do is make sure all of my information is up to date. I have had 2 moments in life where I have had items sent to an address that I no longer live at. You guys know I literally move every year, and I've moved every single year since 2016, every year. So I'm constantly updating my address and having to switch out my address on all the places that I like to shop or all the websites that I like to shop, and it's a headache. But you want to make sure that you check before you check out, because I have had things sent to New Jersey when I lived in Texas, and I was pissed. But I ended up getting it because I was able to reroute it and stop it in its tracks. But in the event that you weren't able to do that, then someone's gonna get some free clothes. So you definitely wanna make sure your information is up to date before you check out. So lastly, all you have to do is check out. Typically for me, I already know what to expect when getting items from specific places because I shop at the same places. But if you're someone who's new to shopping online and you're trying to find different places, it is gonna be trial and error. And you kind of have to roll with the punches. You know, it's not going to be perfect every single time. Even for someone who has shopped on certain websites for years now, it's literally not always a hit for me. It's a lot of misses, you'd be surprised, but it's a lot of misses for me. And I just be like, okay, well, cool. I know what size to get next time, or I know what to expect next time with this type of item, and it's no big deal. One of the things that I like to do as well is if I get an item, for example, and it's not hitting like I wanted it to, it doesn't fit me like I wanted it to, or whatever the case may be, I take a photo of myself in that item so that when I do decide to go and buy it again, if I do, I know what I'm looking for. Like if I got something that was too tight, I'll try it on in the mirror and take a photo, and then when I get on the website, I'll look and be like, okay, I got this in a size 4 last time. It was a little bit too tight. Like if you look at the photo and you're like, okay, maybe I should go up a couple of sizes. So definitely take photos. You can get into the item, because sometimes I'm not able to even fit the item at all. And then I know for a fact that I have to like size up. But sometimes I will measure that item specifically and get the measurements of the waist, the hips, all that, so that I can use those measurements when picking my size if I do decide to buy it again. So there's little things you could do to kind of help yourself out when it comes to getting a better experience the second time around. So I would definitely say take a photo on the item if you can get the item on, and if you can't, then measure the item and then kind of use that as a guide to pick your size the next time around. So yeah, with that being said, that is literally the end of all the tips and tricks that I have for shopping online. If there was anything that I may have forgotten, anything that you guys can add to this video, definitely leave it down below, because I'm always open to learning new things, and I'm also open for you guys to, you know, teach other people new things down below. This is just, you know, a basis of what I use when I'm shopping online. And now at the end of this video, I'm just going to pop up on the screen my favorite places to shop for heels, sneakers, clothing, jewelry, and bags. And then you guys could just screenshot it. So it'll say heels, and then it'll have all of the places I like to shop for heels, clothing, all the places I like to shop for clothing, and etc. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be posting on Instagram very, very soon, you guys. I have a few more winter looks that I want to get out before it gets too warm, because it's warming up and I've been behind. I haven't really posted any winter looks, and I'm so sorry about that, y'all. But I do have some looks coming up, and I'm super excited about them. So definitely follow me over there if you want to see that. And also let me know any other looks or type of items that you want me to style on my Instagram or on YouTube down below as well. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.